In the early hours of a fog-laden dawn, the sky above Eastern Europe pulsed with the low hum of high-altitude engines. At 37,000 feet, two U.S. Air Force F-35A Lightning II fighter jets streaked silently through the upper atmosphere, their radar signatures nearly imperceptible to ground-based defenses. These fifth-generation stealth fighters were operating under a classified directive, one that had been greenlit in a sealed meeting room within the Pentagon less than 48 hours earlier. The target, the Krusk Bridge, a vital infrastructure node spanning the Dnieper River, serving as a logistical artery for military resupply routes. Intelligence indicated that the bridge had been heavily fortified in recent weeks, used to funnel strategic weapons and armored reinforcements. Satellite images, drone surveillance, and intercepted communications confirmed a constant convoy of military vehicles crossing the bridge daily. Eliminating this bridge, according to U.S. defense strategists, would significantly cripple the adversary's ability to maintain momentum in the contested region. Each F-35 was outfitted with a specially adapted payload, a GBU-57A-B Massive Ordnance Penetrator, a 10-ton bunker buster bomb. Though traditionally carried by B-2 Spirit bombers, the ordnance had been re-engineered for compatibility with the F-35 for this mission, an experimental modification born of urgency and necessity. The risk was unprecedented. No fighter jet had ever carried such a weight before in active combat. It was a gamble, but one deemed worth taking. Coordinated with electronic warfare teams stationed on the ground, the mission was timed to exploit a temporary blind spot in the region's integrated air defense network. Cyber teams had successfully injected false telemetry into enemy radar systems, masking the jets as civilian air traffic. The deception bought the F-35s a narrow window, approximately 12 minutes, to reach the target zone, release the payload, and retreat before detection. As the jets approached the strike point, the night was briefly illuminated by the glow of their stealth-configured targeting pods. A calm, measured voice crackled over the comms, "Target lock confirmed. Coordinates stable. Countdown initiated." Pilots, their oxygen masks obscuring tense expressions, adjusted their trajectories with surgical precision. Then, at 4:16 a.m. local time, the payload was released. From the belly of the lead F-35, the 10-ton bomb plummeted through the misty sky, a silent titan falling with terminal velocity. It struck the midpoint of the Krusk Bridge with devastating force, burrowing deep into the reinforced concrete before detonating with a subterranean roar. The explosion ripped through the bridge's central span, igniting a fireball that lit the riverbanks for miles. Seismic sensors in the region registered the impact as a minor earthquake. Shockwaves shattered windows in nearby villages, and a column of smoke twisted upward into the morning sky like a dark sentinel. Within minutes, the bridge was rendered utterly impassable, a mangled skeleton of rebar and collapsed roadway hanging over the river. Surveillance drones confirmed the destruction. No vehicle, no matter how heavily armored, could cross what remained. The Dnieper had reclaimed its dominion, now running unchallenged beneath twisted steel and flame. As the F-35s turned back toward Allied airspace, pursuit systems came online, but it was too late. The stealth fighters had already passed the engagement envelope. Their mission complete, the aircraft returned to a forward operating base in undisclosed territory, greeted by tense silence rather than celebratory cheers. This was not a moment for victory laps, it was a message, delivered with fire and steel. The Pentagon issued no official statement. News agencies around the world scrambled to verify the strike, some airing grainy footage captured by civilians who had filmed the explosion from afar. On social media, speculation swirled. Had it truly been the F-35s? Had the United States escalated the conflict in a way that could not be reversed? The only certainty was the image shared across screens worldwide, the Krusk Bridge, a once critical artery of war, now a smoldering ruin. In the halls of government, the aftermath was dissected behind closed doors. Some praised the strike as a strategic masterstroke, crippling the enemy's logistical reach and buying precious time for Allied forces. Others feared the repercussions, an inevitable escalation in retaliation, perhaps even an extension of the conflict into new domains. But the operation had achieved its objective. It had demonstrated, in no uncertain terms, that the United States retained both the capability and the will to project power with surgical precision.